Hey guys, welcome back. So I just recorded the entire last episode, um, and I got to the end and realized my mic was no longer, I hadn't recorded anything from the episode. So this is my choice from the ending, um, and I'll leave it so you can see the stuff at the end, but basically, uh, in this episode we left where Karen and all the family was staying. We got to the border. Daniel broke through the border. Daniel got shot by some Americans that heavily believe in, would it be patriotism? Was that the one that's really extreme? Anyways, they shot Daniel. They thought we were trying to let Mexicans in, and then we got put in jail, but so did they. Daniel broke us out. We escaped jail, went to the border, thought we were going to make it, found out that no, we were not going to make it. There were a bunch of cops waiting for us. Daniel and I had this whole thing, because if we surrendered, we would have been taken into custody, we would have been arrested. Daniel would have been sent to live with Claire and Steven. Well, I made the decision, as you saw at the very beginning of this little video, I guess, that I chose to charge the border, to go at it. And I was really hoping, when I made that decision, my hope was that Daniel was going to lift the car and basically fly over all of them. And instead, Daniel starts swatting aside cars, knocking people over, and then basically tells Sean that, I hope you enjoy Mexico, but this is where I get out. I'll help you cross the border, but I'm not going with you. He blows the gate open and then opens his door and jumps out. And Sean makes it across the border. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, Sean got to the other side and must have stopped and turned around and been like, well, there goes my brother. No, Sean just kept going. So Daniel was returned to Claire and Steven, and here they're going to start showing some pictures of him growing up with Claire and Steven. So there was his welcome home picture, and then Christmas, and they got him a puppy. He got a puppy for Christmas. He's back to hanging out with Chris, and then I start watching him get older. The years on the pictures start, going up. So we're watching watching Daniel grow older, and he's using his power to help people, and that is what Sean requested of Daniel, basically, that he let him use his powers for good and put others first and stuff. So overall, I'm actually really disappointed in the ending of this. I felt like we went through this entire game trying so hard to stay together, stick with each other. We did so much. I mean, first part, we busted, or the first episode, Daniel busted us out of that guy's office when he was trying to call the cops on us. In the second episode, I'm trying to think. Oh no, he was just with Steven and Claire. I mean, he didn't really do anything for us in that episode that I'm remembering. What else? I'm starting to forget what episode was what. In the third episode, we were with the pot farm. And, Daniel ran off at the end. And the entire, fourth episode was us trying to get him back. And then the fifth, we've had this plan all along. And then at the end, we don't end up together at the end. Daniel stays behind in America. We run off to Mexico. We get split up. The whole point of the game seemed that we were supposed to stay together. So I was honestly, and maybe it would have been different if I had chosen surrender. For once, I actually chose the Daniel option, and it's nipping me in the butt like it is right now. This is Daniel right here, and Like, when I first saw him, I wish my mic was on. I hadn't even realized. My reaction was like, that looks like Daniel, but it doesn't look like Daniel. Like, what? And you'll see here in a second that Daniel has he has an alarm around his ankle. So the past kind of caught up with him too. But he's in Beaver Creek with his grandparents. He's living the good life, and I can't blame him for that. I'm sure it was probably a very difficult decision on his half. To choose between, staying with your brother but never really having a stable life, or, leaving your brother but having the stability of your grandparents. Like, I can understand where Daniel was, like, I don't blame Daniel at all. I'm kind of upset with Sean that Sean just gave up on him like that, I guess. I don't know if I would call it giving up on, but he just took off without really a look back. Now, here in a second, he's going to get this envelope. Like, Claire just gave him this envelope. And I'm just going to kind of spoil it. There are pictures in there from Sean and then a bunch of sand. So Sean took a picture of, like, the beach, and then he took a picture, like, him and Cassidy are back together. And I posed the question, like, did Cassidy get into Mexico legally or illegally like us? So, like, I guess they still seem to keep in touch. He was just on the phone with his mom and all of that. But I'm just flat out disappointed. This is not what I felt like we were fighting for the whole game. Daniel still uses his powers, so that's a thing, but I'm just kind of disappointed. I like Life is Strange 2 a whole lot more than I like Life is Strange 1. I'm gonna be completely honest there. I feel like Life is Strange 2 had a little more action to it, and I'm excited, but honestly, at the same time, I'm kind of dreading True Colors. I like these games when there's stuff happening, but I get really bored going from thing to thing and just listen to them talk in their heads to themselves. I was just kind of like, I'm over it. Move on. Let's do something. I'm hoping True Colors has a little bit more action. That's my hope. And then that will be, like, I'll be starting that tomorrow. The computer was loud a second ago because I'm actually currently trying to install True Colors. So, all in all, disappointed. But I like it more than the first game. I do recommend playing it. A lot of people forget that Life is Strange 2 is a thing, or they don't even know Life is Strange 2 is a thing. I was talking to my friend Maddie the other day, and I was like, I'm liking Life is Strange 2 a lot more. And she's like, yeah, I really like Amber too. I'm like, what? And she's like, Chloe and Amber. I'm like, no, that's a DLC for the first game. There is an entire second game. So actually right about here is where I realized that my mic wasn't recording. So I was like, well, how do I want to do this? I was really hoping, at one point I had to, like, stop recording to take a phone call from Ellie's vet. And here's my choices here. But I was like, I accidentally hit, like, stop recording, and then, like, I had to make a whole nother recording. Like, normally I just kind of pause it. Well, I was really hoping that I at least had the first part, and I could voice over the last, like, 15 minutes that I recorded of the game. But no, I didn't have sound for any of this part. I haven't looked at the last part yet. It's supposed to go up for me in, like, half an hour, and I'm crossing my fingers that there is I actually recorded sound for that. I'm, like, for having two monitors and having, like, OBS pulled up on another screen so I can see it, I don't actually pay attention to if the mic bar thing is moving to let me know that, hey, my mic's working. But I don't know why it does this, because my mic was plugged in the entire time. I don't know. I'm honestly really annoyed. I keep saying honestly, I'm sorry, but my opinion, disappointed with the ending. Like it more than Life is Strange 1 though, and I do recommend playing through it. There are a lot of different options. Apparently Daniel could have come with us possibly at the end. I think that was, like, it was one of the percentages. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Life is Strange True Colors will be starting tomorrow. I hope to be better about recording that. And yeah, thank you guys. Bye.